One of my subs pointed out to me that this YouTuber, Alex Meyers, who does reviews of movies, actually gave a poor review to this man-hating film, Obsession. And he showed empathy for the male character because the male character deserves empathy. He represents the typical low status, shy guy who can't get the girl. And because he did, his own subs turned on him. These people came after him. And apparently he took his review down. He even was stupid enough, sorry, Alex, this is stupid of you, to apologize for giving that review. And he even took that down according to this. Look, top one, LMAO. Bro deleted the apology in the obsession video. So, dude, you were honest. You took, you showed some real care for your fellow man. These man haters hated your guts over it, swarmed in, and then you were stupid enough to make an apology video, and it just added chum to the water to these sharks. Now, of course, Alex Meyers' obsession video is really bad. He just doesn't get it. He doesn't get it. Sorry, you lying sacks. I get this movie perfectly. I know what it is. It's hate propaganda. It's feminist hate propaganda against the average man. And all you guys who are bashing Alex here are included. Now, I finally had to go to this channel to find out exactly what he said. So let's hear what Alex had to say.
Bear is a blameless, innocent victim, okay? But I think some of you are a little too quick to attach motivation and subtext to this character that is not based on the movie. Like, it really seems like some of you want him to be a horrible, incel, intentionally malicious guy, regardless of what actually happens in the movie. Okay, see, this is my point. Like, given the circumstances, Bear's being pretty normal about this, okay? Given what he does and does not know by this point in the movie, like, he could have slept with her, or he could have taken some kind of advantage of her, but he was rather gentlemanly at the time.
It's definitely understandable.
There you go. So there it is in a nutshell, right? What actually happened in the movie? Bear isn't the villain. He's merely the average guy. The maker of this film is pointing at you, the average guy watching it, and saying, you are a bad person. You're Bear. Matter of fact, his name, Bear, is that old clip, right? It's lifted off from Man or Bear, right? Like women saying, I'd rather be with a bear than a man. It's all there. And when they say, I'd rather be with a bear or a man, they say all men. It's like hashtag kill all men. No guy is exempt. So who is this loser? Diesel Patches. Diesel Patches, you're Bear. Like these guys in their little heads, they have to say, yeah, these guys are really bad and they're not me. Right. Now, I'm going to, let's just see if I can find this other one here. Just a minute. By the way, guys, Bear, even though I haven't, I don't usually, I'm not subscribed to his channel. Uh, I've only seen a few of his videos, but he's still unknown to everybody. You know, I shouldn't say everybody. A lot of people have never heard of him. That's just the way of YouTube. But he has 4 million subscribers. And that's why they're after him, by the way. Because with 4 million subscribers, he gives men a voice. What he said in that other video was 100% true. And so he's giving a voice to the average man. That's why they're trying to silence him. Well, all you scum coming after him in his comment section, I dare you to come to my channel. You know, you will get deleted quick, and I mean banned, after being told what scum you are. So I dare you to come over to my channel and try that horse shit. All right. But anyway, let's get into these lowlives. By the way, Anthony, again, why I brought up his channel is like, your channel's pretty good. It's 145K. His is 4 million, right? So he's doing a lot better than you. So he's probably more likely to actually be hitched. I don't know if he's married or not, but he probably is if he's got 4 million subs, right? You might be struggling. Anyway, let's hear this.
Horror film of the year even, but what it is...
Oh, sorry, back that up. Now this guy, Anthony, he's a male feminist, so he hates his fellow man. He's complete scum. And this film is aimed at him. I'm telling you something, Anthony. This film is aimed at you more than it's aimed at Michael. Or sorry, Michael Myers. Alex. As much as it's aimed at him, it's aimed at you even more. So you're supporting a film that's bashing you. And trust me, it's bashing you. Male feminists are bottom of the barrel to women. They hate you more than any man. Any other kind of man.
Back to him. And he's responded to that discourse with an apology that you can't actually watch on his channel because he took down both this review and the response. And that's always a great sign that you're on the right side of history. Remember that?
No. Liar. What it is this guy has 4 million subs. He's got to protect his status. Men, that's you, protect their status. So it's not that he's false. It's not that he believes what he said was wrong, in spite of the apology. What he's doing is he does what the typical guy does. He stands up for himself, gets flack, and then runs for an apology so that he can protect his channel. Well, dude, my channel is tiny. I don't make money off my channel, so I can turn around and say exactly what I want to say about you lowlives. And this hateful movie, this hateful propaganda film. I can say it for what it is, and you'll never get an apology from me.
Nostalgia Critic didn't take down his review of The Wall, mind you. That's still up online. Alex, though, wants to scrub this from the internet. What is...
No one's attacking Nostalgia Critic for making his review on The Wall. It doesn't hurt his status. What this film is about, Obsession, is saying low status men, we want them to kill themselves. From what I understand, in order for Bear to release this woman, Nikki, from the wish, he had to take his own life, from what I understand. Is that not the case? Yes, Bear had to take his own life to release Nikki. So, dudes, this is not a man being selfish. He had no idea the repercussions of the wish. He had no idea that it was geared up the way it was. He didn't want to die. So this film, this propaganda film aimed at you, male feminist, is telling you guys that if you're a low status man, kill yourselves. That's what that film is saying. That's the propaganda of the film. That's a fact. But you're not going to take your life. You're one of the good ones. Even though you're not. Women take one look at you and they know what you are. Look what you got in the background. See, the average woman will see you as the incel you are, and they'll want your life gone. They want you erased. Anthony.
What is so bad about his review? Well, simply put, he glosses over many key elements of the original film.
No, he did not. I covered what you're upset over. He had sympathy for this male character because he is that male character. And frankly, Anthony, so are you. Any guy who becomes a male feminist is worse than Bear. He's beneath Bear. At least Bear isn't trying to harm his fellow man in order to get the girl.
Is not necessarily a super deep film. It's not necessarily...
Yeah, of course it's not a deep film. It's not deep at all. Birth of a Nation wasn't deep. Hate propaganda is very shallow.
Literally the most complicated horror film of the year, even.
It's not a horror film, dude. It's hate propaganda. That's what it actually is. It's hate propaganda trying to disguise itself as a horror film. And the simple fact is, it fails with any guy who's really willing to look at it as it is. This is not a horror film. What's disgusting, what the horror is not the film itself. It's the maker. It's the fact that a man would make a film like this, bashing his fellow man. That's the horror, that a film like this is allowed to be made, allowed to be aired, and actually consumed by people en masse. Because this film proves that the average person hates the man next to them.
But what it is emotionally resonant. It's a human narrative that tells a very familiar human story.
Yeah, losers like you can't get laid. Women aren't interested in guys like you, Anthony. And so it does resonate. Not only did it resonates not only with Alex, it resonates with you. Only Alex, since he's more human than you, is willing to admit it. And you aren't. You're not willing to admit you are Bear.
A lot of women identify with Nikki. The main...
All that's saying is most women don't like men. That's right. There are women that said, look, I'm a pretty woman. I want my rich, famous guy. And these low-status losers keep coming on to me. This film really holds up a mirror to gender relationships and what they actually are. Men worship women. Women don't like men.
Love interest, quote unquote, of the film, whose free will is stolen from her.
How is she not his love interest? She is his love interest. It's not quote unquote. And what were you saying about stealing?
By Bear, the protagonist.
Bear didn't steal shit, dude. He wasn't aware of what the wish would do.
Bear makes a wish on a novelty item, a one-wish willow, asking for Nikki to love him more than anyone else in the world.
See, this is why guys connect, because he doesn't know this is wish. He's making a wish, but it's no different than pulling petals out, saying he loves me not. He's just wishing it, saying it, he's just expressing his feelings. He doesn't know that this wish is going to come true. But the wish doesn't come true. That's what is left out too.
And then she does, as though possessed by some magic, because she is in fact possessed by some magic.
Then she doesn't really love him, does she?
It's not a typical demonic possession story like, say, The Exorcist or Evil Dead. It's very untraditional. The entity isn't malicious, it's more like an AI almost, generating responses to...
How's it not malicious, since it's subverting her free will? Oh, sorry. Bear's doing it, not this entity that's actually doing it. See, this is how these man-haters have to jump through hoops.
Satisfy Bear's wants, while the real Nikki is imprisoned, often fighting to break free of said control. To determine if Alex's review was indeed as bad...
See, even in this film, where a guy supposedly gets his wish, he doesn't get his wish, right? The wish is that she's going to love him for who he is. That didn't happen. Did it? She's always trying to break free. In other words, she doesn't love him. So the wish didn't come true.
As everyone said, I dragged voice actress and friend of mine Lizzie Rose into a voice call to watch the whole review and see, hey, is it as bad as everyone says?
Wow, so you man-haters got together and you're starting to slam this guy. And notice, guys, there's... this is the nuance of the people commenting. Oh my God, he is going to defend Bear. Take a breath. Oh God, I can't stand his arse anymore. That's that's real deep, nuanced commentary, dude. Right? But hey, trust me, you know, this guy, Alex, he's the one who doesn't understand nuance, right?
Because that's his bread and butter. But I think right there, that approach is already wrong because you're not approaching the genre with its specific needs and specific elements at play. Because horror
So I might have to back it up just a bit.
right here reflects a deeper issue with Alex's style in general, an inability to actually engage with genre on its genre's terms.
He engaged with that film perfectly. He pointed out that all the man bashers were attacking some male character who didn't deserve it.
Right away, the entire framing of this is off. He's framing it like, oh, it's a wholesome rom-com, it's a family film. He's trying to recontextualize obsession in the format that he's most familiar with, that being the teen rom-com, the animated family film, the cartoon, because that's his bread and butter. But I think right there, that approach is already wrong because you're not approaching the genre with its specific needs and specific elements at play. Because horror.
Wow, this is bullshit. Because, guys, all that Anthony really is saying is this guy defended Bear because he's defending himself. He's defending what the average guy goes through. That includes Anthony himself. And he doesn't like that. Alex here has 4 million subs. He has a real voice. He's not like my channel, nerfed heavily by YouTube. He's got 4 million subscribers. So if he points this out, he's a voice for men. And this low-life male feminist doesn't want men to have a voice. The only thing he wants on YouTube is everyone saying this hate propaganda. It's good, and I loved it, and every guy should watch it and know his place. No, if he doesn't gain status, he should take his own life.
Has a set of elements that you have to consider when discussing it.
One problem I notice, and I'm curious if you'll agree. I'm getting Jello Apocalypse vibes in the fact that he feels the need to do a stupid voice to keep everyone's attention.
Yep.
Yeah, he does make slop. I mean, that's one of the reasons he has 4 million subs, right? Yeah, what can I say? People love slop. That is annoying, but it is what it is. He's guarding his status. Why do you think he took his apology down? Why do you think he took his original video down? It's not because he felt he was wrong. It's because if he stands up for himself as a man, his subscribers will leave him. And he won't make the money he does. I mean, look at you losers. You're making money off of man bashing. You know it's popular. That's why you don't have to apologize for the bad things you're doing. Let's get to this guy, Anthony. He is such a perfect example of Bear. He's such a perfect example. Well, he isn't a perfect example because Alex Meyers would be a perfect example of Bear. He's just a guy who pines for the opposite sex and he has to jump through all these hoops and deals with rejection. Anthony here is not exactly Bear because Bear's not out there throwing other men under the bus to get this girl. That's what Anthony's doing. By the way, Anthony, you're even more hated by the opposite sex. Male feminists are bottom rung. And you have to be just dense as hell not to see that.
So how can I expect him to deal with this complicated adult film? Well,
it's not complicated. Again, hate propaganda is very simple.
That's not really a good argument to make against Alex. You see, reviewing anything requires the same core skill set. You have to address what the storyteller is trying to accomplish. Then you got to ask
I'll address it. The creator of this hate film is to bash his fellow man, to pander to the opposite sex. It worked. The average woman probably watches this film and says, yes, I'm that beautiful woman that has to like flick these flies off, right? That's what he's done. He's thrown out his fellow man, just like you, Anthony. Alex, where are you? Alex, you do not want to become this guy. This guy is a subhuman. Alex, you are still a human being. Now, I understand why you took yours down, because you had to deal with these monsters in your comment section. I understand that. You have your status to protect. Now, I'm not about status. I'm about defending my fellow man. I'm about standing up for my dignity. So I don't have to follow your route. I can come out and defend everything you just said against these evil losers. And that's what they are. They're evil losers. And I'm supporting you. Since you're not in your comment section, I can't come and say it to you directly. I can see why you're avoiding it, by the way. But what you said about Bear was 100% correct. And I'm supporting you. So no, there are guys out there, actually good guys. They're there to support when you stand up for yourself as a man. We'll end this video here.